Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing transformation, and in that we have already completed reflection. So today we are doing enlargement. When in enlargement, it's not necessarily you will see only the enlarged values, you will see the reduced as well. So it all depends on the scale factor. So first thing is, let we see what all things are important to describe a transformation of enlargement. So when you are enlarging, three things are very important. The first thing is center of enlargement. If you are enlarging a figure, a center of enlargement, that means a point about which you are enlarging that figure, is very important. So first is center of enlargement. Then next is scale factor. So scale factor is how much you want it to increase. That means whether you want it twice, thrice, or if you want to reduce it, it will be like 0.5, 0.3. So value would be less than 1 in this case. And there is a negative enlargement as well, for which the scale factor would be negative. So you can say that scale factor is important. And third, as I told you, whether it's a positive, negative, or whether it's a reduction or enlargement, that's important. So you can say positive or a negative scale factor. That's important as well. So to describe it, we should know these two that are very important. So let me see how can we enlarge a figure. Now see this one. The question says here, the question written, enlarge this figure by scale factor 2 about 0, 0. As I told you, two things are very important. First is scale factor, that's very important. And second is about which you are enlarging it. Is our center of enlargement. So first thing is, you have to locate, if you remember the reflection, it was what we were doing. We were reflecting point by point, and at the end, when we got all reflected points, we joined them together. It gave us the reflected image. Same we have to do it here. We have to enlarge each point, and then we have to connect them at the very end. To enlarge each point, first thing is you have to locate your center of enlargement. Center of enlargement is 0, 0. That means I have to make a point at 0, 0. Now, point by point we have to enlarge. I am connecting C point first. So I have made a point over the center of enlargement, and then I picked up one point. My next step is to join them together. This is, I have joined them. Say for example, this point is, you have to use your ruler. So say for example, this point is 3 centimeters. Your scale factor is 6. That means you need to multiply this length with your scale factor. So suppose, let me name it O. O to C is 3 centimeters. I'm just assuming it, I don't know. So if it turns out to be 3, then your OC dash, that means the new length, would be 3 multiplied by scale factor. In this case, it will be 3 multiplied by 2, which is 6. That means, because O to C dash length we got is 6 centimeters now. So from O, I have to draw a length of 6 centimeters in the same direction in which OC is there. And I'll draw it like this. This will give me C dash. Similarly, I'll do for the other points. That means this is the point A, this is the point C. What I did last time, I have connected them. I'll do it here the same. I'll connect them. Once I'll connect them, I'll measure the length. Suppose this length turns out to be 4 centimeter. Then 4 into 8 would be my new length. 4 into 2, that is 8 would be my new length. So in the same path I have to move, and it would be like this. This would be my A dash. Now I'll do for the third point as well. Same, locate the center of enlargement and join with the point. So I'm joining these 2 points. I'll measure this length and multiply it with the scale factor. So, and now after it, I'll trace it, and this would be my new length. That is, this would be B dash and this would be A dash. Now I need to join them all of together. So I'll get it as, so this would be your enlarged figure. So what you have to do, you have to join center of enlargement with each point one by one, and then measure their length and multiply that length with the scale factor to get the new length. Once you got each and every point, join all of them together. This will give you the enlarged figure. Now let me do one question on reduction. Let's see. Now see, this is a figure given, and it's given as, it says that enlarge this figure by a scale factor 1/2. That means they are asking you to reduce because the scale factor is half. So they want you to half everything. About 1, 1. So now center of enlargement is 1, 1. So first thing is locate the center of enlargement, which is here, 1, 1. And I'm naming it O. Same, we have to do exactly the same thing. That means locate the first point. Let's say I'm locating C. We need to join the center of enlargement and the corresponding point. Once it will be joined, we have to measure it. Say for example, I have measured it 5 centimeters. Then scale factor is half. So half of 5 is 2.5. That means at 2.5, I have to make a point like this, because we have to find the reduced structures to reduced figure. Here, I'll name it C dash. Similarly, I'll connect A point with O, like this. And I'll measure it. Say for example, it turns out to be 8 or 10 centimeters. So half of it will be 5. So that means at here, I'll name A dash. Same. Join the third corresponding point with the center of enlargement. After connecting it like this, I have to half it. So whatever be this length, say for example 9, so half would be 4.5. So in the same path, O to B will give you the point, which is somehow this one, which is B dash, this is C dash, and this be A dash. Now last thing is we just need to join them together. So you'll get the figure like this. So you can see this is my reduced figure because the scale factor is 2 in this, a half in this case. So this is the reduced one, and this one is our transformed figure. This one is our transformed figure. Now let me see the negative enlargement. Now we are doing negative enlargements. In negative enlargements, your scale factor is negative. It can be between 0 to 1, it can be greater than 1, but it will be negative. That means in between 0 to -1 or lesser than -1, like if I precisely say. So that will be your negative scale factor, and let me see how we can do negative enlargement. So for negative enlargement, we'll be doing the same thing. That means the first thing is we have to locate the center of enlargement. Here in the question, they have mentioned that center of enlargement is 0, 0. I'll locate that. And then I'll locate one point or any point of it and then join them together. I'll measure this one, but there's a catch here that after measuring, we used to multiply with a scale factor. We'll be doing the same thing, but you have to move in opposite direction. So instead of moving towards the same direction, you have to move in opposite direction. So we have to multiply our scale factor. Scale factor is -2 in this case. So multiplying this length, suppose it turns out to be 1 centimeters. Then it would be 1 into 2, 2 centimeters, but in opposite direction. So it will go like this, somehow like this. Similarly, I'll join the other point with the center of enlargement. Suppose this is 3 centimeters, then multiply with the scale factor, that is 6 centimeters. So from center of enlargement, you have to draw 6 centimeters, but in this direction, because it's all about opposite direction. So let me draw. And now similarly, I'll join the last point with the center of enlargement. And after joining the last point, I'll measure this. Maybe this is 2.5 centimeters. So multiply it with 2, that is 5. And then from center of enlargement, you have to draw 5 centimeters onto the left hand side. So these are my points. Say for example, this point is A, this is B, and this is C. So we got A, this is C dash, this is B dash, and this is A dash. And now is the time to join all of the points together. Now this is our final transformed figure. We have enlarged it, but since it was a negative enlargement, we have drawn it on the other side. So this was the basics of the enlargement or the reduction. We have seen all the types of scale factor that we can apply here. In the next video, we'll be doing the worksheets on it. From basics to the higher level, we'll be doing all the questions. If you need GCSE classes for all the subjects, they are available at just £6 per hour. So all you need to do is just email us at exactacademy@gmail.com, or you can comment here and we'll set up a free demo. If you want to access the free worksheets or the written material, you can access on our website, which is exactacademy.com. So that's it for today. Thank you. Have a great day.